Ignoring the boat here, just behind me here is a 70 reg Suzuki Swace. In this video I'm going to give you a tour and tell you basically how much I love this car. I'm Al, and this is Family 3 TV. Straight off the bat, I would just like to comment on this vehicle's size. You might be able to see, I'm not sure. I'm actually sitting down on a box, because this car is rather low down, to be fair, which kind of gives it a sporty element to it. However, personally, I prefer it to be a bit higher up, because I prefer a slightly higher driving presence. Not that I'm actually legally allowed to drive yet, but if I was, I'd prefer a slightly higher driving presence myself. Then going on to this car's length, it's very long. It's nearly up against the front of this boat trailer here, and the other end is only just onto the drive. With the Vitara we could get it on with plenty of space either side. While I'm on the subject of the Suzuki Vitara that we had, if you'd like to know the full story behind why we've got this car, where the Vitara is, what's going on, top right hand corner of the screen right now, pop our banner. That'll take you straight over to that explanation and vlog through the process. However, advanced warning, I predict it's going to be about a week, roughly, after this video that video will come out, because I've got to video the whole process and not all of the process has happened yet at this current time. Anyway, on to some positives of this car. Very first thing, these slimline headlamps here. They just really draw your attention to them. They are so stylish and contemporary. Really, really nice. I do really like these. This bit along here is a black bit of plastic, but I know on similar competitors' vehicles, they sometimes have a light band going along here. Carrying on with the topic of the lights, fog lights down there, which is rather nice because usually on most modern vehicles the fog lights aren't actually a separate casing down there. They're usually in the actual headlamps, which makes it look like the vehicle hasn't actually got them. They might not even have them. Presumably they're a legal requirement here in the UK. Don't know. Once again, talking about the black plastic, this grille is made up, all of it, to be honest. It does give it a slightly cheap feel if you're feeling it, but to be fair, when you're driving along and you're just looking at the car, it does really make it look quite stylish. Front parking sensors on this vehicle, once again, another safety feature, of which there are plenty in this vehicle, which some might say that's really good, but others would perhaps say perhaps it's not quite so good, cars are getting a bit too much control. More on that in a bit. One other thing I'd like to talk about while I'm sat on this grubby green little box is the windscreen wipers look ridiculous. As far as this one here takes up like 3/4 of the windscreen, and that one there is tiny. Very first thing that I would like to point out on the side profile here is this metallic pearlescent paintwork. Don't know how well you can see it, but especially in this sunshine here, it glistens beautifully. Coming down here then, beautiful little wheel down there. I must admit, if you could get a bigger size wheel for this car, perhaps I would go for it. I don't know. And then look at this badging here, telling you that this car's a hybrid, and I must admit, it's a rather novel experience going in this car. Bearing in mind that's my first time actually going in a hybrid car. I rather enjoyed it, to be fair, but more about the driving experience later. Here then, electrically folding door mirrors, very nice stylish shape to them. Got a little indicator bit just there, very nice indeed. Got these roof bars up here. Privacy glass, well, so privacy glass, you can literally see me reflected. Privacy glass here all along the back. That's the cap for the petrol. This is a self-charging hybrid, by the way, so it doesn't actually have a filler cap for the electric point. Very nice indeed. A weird thing that Suzuki tend to do, though, is they have this on their tailgate lights. I don't know why. Does it add to aerodynamics? Surely it would increase drag, to be fair, but... oh well. They're kind of stylish-ish, I guess. Then, here at the back, once more, sleek tailgate lights. Absolutely fantastic, look really stylish. I do really like them. Nice, shiny Suzuki Swace badging. Hadn't actually seen one of these cars before until we picked this up yesterday. But I'm glad I have seen it, to be fair, I really am. Moving up here then, once more privacy glass. That's very hot. It is very hot today. Heat strips on the back here, meaning that this rear window here has a de-misting function. Up here then, quite a large spoiler, to be fair. Not entirely sure how I feel about that. But what I do really like is this shark fin type aerial. Bit of plastic down the bottom here. Again, it's that black plastic stuff. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think it's supposed to add a sporty element to it, but I don't think it really works that well. Personally, I'd just continue on with a body panel bumper, but hey ho. Little reflectors down here, which I think is a nice little touch, because they're tucked out the way, but they're still there, and it just looks really stylish. Presumably the fog lights at the rear here are actually housed in the main tailgate lamps, but don't quote me on that. Windscreen wiper here, obviously, but what's weird about it is that it's going this way. All the other cars that I've seen before have had windscreen wipers going that way. Also, what's weird, apart from this plastic coating here, everything else inside is actually metal. Don't know what that's all about. Now then, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's open her up and have a look in the boot. Pay close attention to the door mirrors. Now, the key itself doesn't actually have a button for opening the tailgate door. Also, there's no hands-free entry either. There's no button for automatic electric opening. Simply just have to push the button and open it yourself, like a peasant. Here, in the boot then, this is the reason for why the car is so long. The boot is huge. The boot is huge. Now it says press on the parcel shelf here. I did that yesterday in Sainsbury's car park, and it went back really quickly, so instead I'm just gonna... Okay, never mind, it turns out you actually have to press it down in order to release it, and then you slowly let it back, unlike me who just let it flop back willy-nilly. So, as you can see, really large estate car boot opening, which really does allow you to get rather large items in here without too much of a struggle. Another thing that's really nice is that there is a scuff plate just here, don't know whether or not you can see it, and that stops you from scraping the outer paintwork when you're hauling larger items in and out of the boot. However, the gap here is that, so I don't think it's too effective, but it's there nevertheless. Underneath my posterior then, we have a huge storage well. Presumably the spare wheel will go in here, but as per usual this vehicle doesn't have one. Another thing that's rather annoying is that there's no settings to hold this up, so you literally just have to try and hold it up yourself. Just here then, this little silver fella that I've just popped up, that's somewhere where you can tie something down in here. There's another one over on the other side. They're nice and stiff to make sure that they don't move about too much. There's a bag in there, presumably with something to test your tyre pressure. But a really nice feature is it's got Velcro, and because of this finish here in this felty finish here, where the spare wheel would go. It's actually velcroed down, which is a really, really good feature. Not only that, but also if there was a spare wheel in here, then the felt would stop it from rubbing against metal and making a horrible canary noise dunk when you're driving along. Popping the false floor back down again, what do you have? Well, you've got a huge void in there. I'm not sure how well it's showing up on the camera. There you are, huge void there, and one on the other side. Just block the sunlight. There we are. 12-volt socket just there. On the other side, some weird bit of venting, but hey-ho, we won't question it. Somewhere to hook a coat off, presumably, and there's the same on the other side. And then this fella here, that releases the rear seats, so you don't have to just lean through and do it. You can actually just pull this big tab here. I won't, but you can pull this big tab here. Then the seats just fold straight down. That is a really, really cool, modern feature that I love, and I think all estate cars certainly should have. Got a couple more tie-down points. Ooh, what's this? Okay, so you've got some extra space under there. That's cool. And yeah, right, let's get out of there. Get the rear shut up. There's no button to do it, of course, so you just have to grab hold of either that or this one and pull it down yourself. I'll see you in the back. So, here in the back then, when I eventually got in, the rear window's all the way down, which was a fun experience in itself, because in order to turn the ignition on, you need to have the key actually sat on the driver's seat, and you need to push the power button once, then put the window down, then turn the ignition off, and then because the driver door was open, it was just sending loads of messages at me. Ugh. But anyway, I'm here now. The rear window goes actually all the way down. You've still got this bit of glass here, it's just off, just out of frame here, but this whole pane here goes completely and utterly down. That's incredible, and that's really, really good. Also, I really like the styling of this door, as far as it starts off rather narrow down that way, and then it gets bigger and bigger and chunkier as you get more and more to it, such as the handles just down here. As is the window switch for the rear here. Down here then you've got an adequately sized door bin, which will fit one of these bottles, no problem. Go any larger though and it won't fit in. Got a speaker down there as well. This nice little handy pouch here to put things in. No cup holders here though, which is a bit of a disappointment. But what you have got, if I just undo that seatbelt there, you've got a drop down bit here with a couple of cup holders in. What's especially nice is the way that they're really up the front, so you don't just get your elbow stuck in them if they're halfway down here. And so you can just lean on here, have your bottle in your hand, really, really nice. And this bottle will obviously fit in here. You could probably go bigger with this, to be fair, or smaller. Isofix anchor points down here, so you simply just pull that, cover will come out and then they're under there. And as for leg room, I do apologise that I'm wearing socks with Crocs, but anyway, leg room here, you've got absolutely miles of it. The front passenger seat is exactly the way that I would want it for being in the front, and it's got more room, to be fair. And I can really get quite comfy here. If I just flip you around, I'm well chilled in this position. This is fantastic. You can stretch your feet out a really long way under the front seat because there's nothing to stop you. It's really rather nice. In the back here you are. You can get yourself comfortable. You can have your drinks with you. You can open your window all the way. It is a rather luxurious space in the back here. I like it. But anyway, let's head on into the front. Here with the door in the front then. Once again, the window opens goes all the way down. And it's absolutely huge. It's incredible. Once again, you've got your electric window switch here. Nice beefy handle, and then a door well here, and then a door bin here. But fits perfectly fine here. It's actually squished if you go any further back. Speaker here, and then we'll do the rest a bit closer in. It's nice to be able to actually open the door on this one because of the dimensions of the car. You can't do it with the back door because of how the drive is, but you can do it here in the front. Before we go any further, I would just like to comment on the absolutely stunning styling of this car. I mean, look at that. Look at this lovely, it's soft, it's squishy, leathery feel to it. Look at the angles that it's at. This car's beautiful. Here in the glove box, or more like glove tray, once again, usual Suzuki sort of stuff. You've got a decent amount of room in there, to be fair, yeah. As far as glove boxes go, yeah, that's alright. And even a soft opening. Here then, touchscreen infotainment system. Does look a little odd up here, because it's just like you've got the lovely curves, and also you just got flat screen. But overall, that's very nice, very intuitive. Yeah, you've got loads and loads of different functions on there. You can listen to the radio. It's got its own sat-nav built in. You can connect your phone to it. It's got loads of things. It's really, really high-tech, and that's a general theme in this car. When I first got in it, I was actually slightly intimidated by how high-tech it is, and that is saying something, to be fair. These stunning seats, then, they are, as well as being heated, they're also air-conditioned. You've got little switches down here, so you can have your seats heated or air-conditioned, and that's for both of the front seats. This is a slightly closer-up view of the infotainment system. Here you've got all sorts of switches for your climate and whatnot. So your climate display usually displays digitally there. You've got dual climate control here in the front, very nice. And this car comes with air conditioning, various different circulatory options. You've got fan speed here. Front and rear demister buttons there. And then you can also just turn the whole system off if you so desire. We've got the gear selector. Currently in park, you've then got your reverse, neutral, driver, standard, but then below that, that's a B. And what that B is, that's basically regen braking, so that whenever you lift off the accelerator, if you're in B mode, then what we'll do is the car will slow down slightly quicker, and unlike with most automatic cars, it will actually come to a standstill. But what it does is it just puts power back into the battery, because obviously this car being a hybrid, it has an electric element to it. You've got pure EV mode just there. Again, you've got this stylish plastic stuff here. And then you've got drive mode and all that sort of stuff aroos there. Down here then you've got your park and brake, which automatically activates when you go into park and turn the car off. Then you've also got this little hold button here, so that's basically if you want to launch the car, I suppose. You activate that, the car holds on the brake, and then you just floor the accelerator as and when. Couple of bottle holders once more. Again, fits this standard bottle in, both of them. And you've got a little cool tray there. However, if you want less cup storage, and you want to rest your arm a bit more, no problem. Because this just slides forward and covers over one of the cup holders, and you got somewhere to rest your arm a bit more. More cup holders, no problem. Slides back. Then within here itself, you've got a little tab, which you just pull. Releases this, and then in here, you've got a USB slot there, and a 12-volt socket there. And a little bit of storage in there, although I must admit this is rather cheap, because you know you got the bolts under there and there's just a thin bit of felt. That is something that's rather cheap, but to be fair, it's rather small. You're probably not going to put a lot, if anything, in there. Up here at the front then, once again, yet more storage. This car is very, very facilitating. So, my wonderful mum is laughing. I don't know why. She's about to start up the vehicle. So you've got digital driver's display there, telling you how to start it. Here we go, starting. Silent. And then this little message comes up. Oh, hang on. Sorry, we don't want to get copyright. And then this little bit here shows you how the driving is going. So if you're just putting on a little bit of power, then primarily it'll just use electric mode. So you get little yellow light going to the power there. If you're driving using the engine and the battery, then you'll get a red thing there and a yellow one there. If you're driving purely using the engine, then you get two red lines, one actually driving and one charging the battery up a little bit more. Then if you're not accelerating at all, then you get this little green line here, which shows you that actually you're not losing any power. It's just being put straight back into the battery, which is great. Coming over to digital driver's display quickly. Oh, my arm's aching. Just there, then you have sign recognition. Now, because we're on a driveway, obviously it can't recognise that there's a speed limit. Just above it there, then, that is lane keep assist. Tell you something, lane keep assist is it gets really angry at you sometimes. You've got your revometer there. Speedo goes around there, top speed of 160 mile an hour, although it's probably got some sort of speed limiter on it. It tells you that it's ready to go. Eco, all that sort of stuff. Time over there, amount of fuel, and temperature. Yes, this car's got loads of features. It's absolutely fantastic, including automatic lights. But to be fair, downside is that the car it can basically drive itself, more or less, to be fair, and unfortunately that's the way cars are going. Takes fun out of it, you say, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Another thing, keyless go. We didn't even need the key to start the car, really. I mean, it needs to be in the car, because it told me off when I was trying to start the ignition and the key wasn't actually within the car, but yeah, you know. Right, that's cool. You may turn it off now if you desire.
Thank you.
So if I just tap that, then tap it again, the ignition comes on. Oh, it didn't actually bing at you, that's nice. Can pop my window up. There you go, it even tells you that the ignition's on, and then you can just turn it off, just press that button. And it didn't even beep at you either. Incredible. There you go. Anything else you want to say?
No.
And there we are. A 70 reg Suzuki Swace. Really like this car. We can't keep it. Like I said, more will be explained in that explanation / vlog video about the whole process of what the flipping heck's going on. Until the next one, though, thank you very much for watching. See you then. Bye-bye. And my bottle just decided to blow away. Fantastic.
Thanks for watching.
We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like.
And click here to subscribe.
Don't forget to check out this other great video.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.